I'm a woman leader, Okenya Thomas responded when she was asked about her principal Tinubu present location. She then went on to say in 48 hours he will show up. He has never spent more than 2 weeks outside Nigeria. Details in the video.
When is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your candidate, expected back? This meeting that he's holding in London,
I'm a woman
is
leader.
it going to be a long, permanent meeting?
He will show up very soon. And I tell you,
How soon?
within the next 48 hours, I know the Ashiwaju, he's never spent more than 2 weeks outside. Go and check, go and Google. Even my little self here, when I'm not well, I quickly run out to take a rest.
Well? Are you confirming that he's not well?
I am not saying he's not well.
Well, Plan B TV team verification to this Okenya Thomas claims are false. And according to the news reports we recently tracked, in October 8, 2021, Tinubu returned from London after spending 3 months over there. Well, on the other hand, the presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has arrived Abuja. Tinubu, however, comes hours after his media aide on digital communication to the president Muhammadu Buhari, Banshi Ahmed, had earlier hinted that Tinubu was expected to arrive Abuja today. He dropped the inch in a statement via his verified Twitter handle. Ahmed, a member of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, tweeted after days of intensive political consultations and meeting in London. Our presidential candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is expected back in Abuja later today. Recall that since Tinubu traveled abroad on September 24th, his absence has generated controversies, particularly about his health status in Nigeria. Prior to Tinubu arrival, the spokesperson of All Progressive Congress (APC) Presidential Campaign Council, FESTUS KEYAMO, has said that the party has every right to campaign off the record of its presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress (APC), Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in Lagos. FESTUS KEYAMO, who made these assertions in an interview with the channel television Politics Today on Wednesday while speaking on the whereabouts and the delay in the APC presidential campaign launch. Details in the video.
So the question is, when do you think he's going to be back?
Now, let me explain to you about this campaign has started. What has started is that, what has happened is that INEC deadline to begin campaigns have come and gone, which is September 28th. That is the day INEC said you can then begin campaigns. But it's not compulsory that parties will begin campaigns on that day. People forget, they have short memories. In 2019, let me explain what happened. INEC deadline was lifted on November 18, 2018. We did not inaugurate our campaign council until January 7th, 2019, which was about 50 days later. And about a week after that, we hit the road. So it was about more than 2 months after the deadline for bank campaigns to begin. That is when we started.
So is that the style of your party?
That momentum swept us to the poll and swept us to victory.
Is that the style of your party now? Should we see it as the style of your party?
I'm only telling you that we have a history like that behind us. I'm not going to make a categorical statement here that that is the style, but we have that kind of history behind us that, you see, let me tell you something about the ruling party like the APC. The way you start a small 4-engine car, you know this 2K, the one they call 2K. The way you start them and then you now hit the road, it's not the same thing that, the same way you start a 50-ton trailer and you maneuver the trailer, warm the trailer, and then you maneuver it into the highway. That is how the ruling party is. It's a massive party. We have different interests, different structures, different stakeholders, massive party. More than 40 million members of this party as our last registration. It is like a trailer about to take off, Shehu. This is like a 50-ton trailer. These people who have 4-engine cars, you see them now, they have all started, they 28, they couldn't wait for 28 and they hit the road. It is not how fast that you start, it's how well you finish. Have you seen this 800-meter race? 800-meter race. This is a 4-month campaign, maybe 5 months campaign. Those who who run the long distance race, do you see them start running at their full capacity? It is how they finish. They finish strong. In 2019, we finished very strong. So I want everybody to understand that it is not that our candidate has missed a deadline and that the next day they ought to see him on the podium. No.
We thought that at some point you guys were waiting for the deadline to be, the kickoff of the campaign.
No.
But let's ask. So you don't know when your candidate will be back?
I know he will be back in a couple of days. I have that information. I don't know the particular day. I cannot say Friday, but I know he will be back in a couple of days.
Is he on a medical trip?
Well, I don't have any such information.
And you are not privy to it, and you speak for him?
I speak for the campaign council.
Which is the candidate. He is on the bill.
The campaign council.
He's on the bill.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So I'm asking this question. Just a moment, Senior Advocate. I'm asking this question on behalf of millions of Nigerians who are not only, they may not even be supporting your party. They may not even like your party. They might be supporters of your party. But because they are Nigerians and your party is the ruling party, they need answers. And the fact is that how transparent can you come to them? Are you thinking that you are answerable to Nigerians to be able to tell them, give them the right information about anything that is bothering their mind? And so that's the question.
Okay, so I just told you, I just gave you a first scenario now, that in 2019, despite the fact that our candidate, President Muhammad Buhari, was around, hale and hearty, we did not begin until 50 days later that we even inaugurated our campaign council. Then we started the campaign. So I gave you that scenario. So put that behind your mind. Like you normally say, hold that in one hand. You have that in one hand.
Yeah.
Now, Buhari was around on that occasion. Why was concerned? Was it because Buhari was sick that we started 50 or 60 days later? No. We had to properly plan a campaign. Now, so it is not true, therefore, like I said, hold that in one hand. And then compared to this scenario, it's not true, therefore, that, we have not kicked off because a candidate is sick. And because he's not around, then that is why we have not kicked off because he's sick. I'm only saying that there's a history. So it is not automatic. It's not, the inference you are drawing is not correct to say that because he's not around.
It's not an inference. I asked a direct question. I asked, yes. Is he on a medical trip?
And I said I have no such information.
Okay, so if you say you have no information, and I'm asking that also, I made a follow-up that you as a spokesperson, so you don't have as much information.
No, I just said I don't have, that's a statement of fact, that I don't have such information.
Recall that Tinubu served as the governor of Lagos State between 1999 and 2007, so we have every right to campaign with the record of Lagos State. Speaking on the whereabouts of Tinubu, KEYAMO said that Tinubu is not currently in Nigeria, adding that he will return to the country in a couple of days. KEYAMO described cycling as a regular routine for Tinubu, adding that the APC presidential candidate was not trying to prove any point. In his words, people who are close to him knows that he is an avid cyclist. He does that all the time. It is regular for his routine. So we are not trying to prove anything to anybody, he added. Details in the video.
Where is your presidential candidate?
He's not in the country at present.
Where is he?
I don't have any such information.
Really?
Yes.
Are you aware of the video that was posted online on his Twitter handle?
Yes, I am aware.
Of him cycling?
I am aware.
Okay. When was that video taken?
As far as I'm concerned, it was in real time. It was taken and posted on the Twitter handle.
Some people call it proof of life.
No, it's not. In my own Twitter post on it, I said we are not trying to prove anything to anybody. Our candidate is not struggling to prove himself to anybody. People who are close to him, they know that he's an avid cyclist. He does that all the time. It's his routine, a regular routine. So we're not trying to prove anything to anybody. I think what we want to prove this period of time where people make all kinds of inquiries, some mischievous, some genuine. But to the mischief makers, we want to prove that the tail does not wag the dog. It's the dog that wags the tail. So it is not at every point in time, every minute, where you just ask mischievous questions, and then we'll be struggling to prove ourselves. We are not dancing to the tune of dance we want to dance. So we are not going to be reacting all the time to what the opposition, the mischief that they bring up. I'm aware, for example, that Atiku travels to Dubai all the time. I don't see any such media intensity or opposition intensity on what he's doing in Dubai. He takes off to Dubai. Nobody remembers him until he comes back maybe a week or two later. He does that regularly. So why all the intensity on our candidate?
That's a question your party should be asking.
Because they know, let me explain it. Because they know he's the candidate to beat.
Well, my major concern is that while Bola Ahmed Tinubu keep on being represented by his running mate Kashi Shettima at every given conference that he was supposed to be present, starting from the NBA, Nigeria Bar Associations down to the Peace Accord, he keep on missing the most important conference. So I don't really know. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What do you think about him? Do you think if he becomes the president that the vice president, Shettima, will not be doing most of the work? I don't really know. But I want to hear from you guys in the comment section.
And I'm happy to be back to my fatherland. And Nigeria should expect a very intelligent ability to think and perform. Nigeria should expect that the help they needed is here. The hope that is almost teetering is back, and back actively. And we hold every effort to the country of patriotism, dedication, capacity, and ability to do the job. Not negative thinking, not the fact that Nigeria has failed. This country, or this continent, is the greatest of all, and we should be a help. If it's rebuilt, we are builders. If it's construction, we are constructors. If it is assurance, we give Nigeria that we definitely will make a better country out of it all.
Well, before I sign out, I want you guys to watch these particular videos of another 1 million march for Tinubu. These videos have also generated mixed reactions from all Nigerians. According to one of the posts that I found this video, the only caption I could see in that video is said, according to them, the only reason you should support competence based on past record is that you must be paid. Ask them, ask all the supporters, what is the Pedora bastard has done in the past to deserve any support? They will rather insult the living daylight out of you. Meanwhile, they know they give shishi, but they have been trying to explain this glamour case, thinking everyone is using Lamidi Kwanu's urine as brain. I really don't understand. I wouldn't want to express, I wouldn't want to elaborate, I wouldn't want to expatiate on this statement, but I just want you guys to watch this video and give me your comment what you think about this 1 million march in Ibadan for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, most people have been saying these are hot peoples, probably the civil servants and all that. I really don't know. Sorry, I'm just talking. I want you guys to watch it and leave your comments in the comment section. Well, on the other hand, by law, no registered politicians or political parties in Nigeria can operate a foreign account or receive funds from abroad. They cannot also receive funds donated anonymously, INEC National Commissioner FESTUS said. Okoye, who said this during a Shining TV evening September 30th, gave these things while it is impossible for any political party to open in foreign accounts for donation. Details in the video.
Issue of online donation, crowdfunding for political parties. What does the law say? What are the landmines that the politicians need to? Because you have told them to abide by the rules, but some of them seem not to be aware of the landmines in some of these rules.
Well, if the guiding electoral legal framework for this election remains the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, the Electoral Act 2002, and the regulations and guidelines rolled out by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Now, if you look at the constitutional stipulation, if you look at Section 225 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it makes it very clear that, one, that no registered political party in Nigeria shall possess any funds outside the country. In other words, a political party cannot open an account and have monies remitted into that particular account outside the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Secondly, it makes it clear that no political party shall, under any circumstance, retain any funds remitted to it from outside the country. And if such funds are remitted to the political party from outside the country, that particular political party has a constitutional and legal obligation to turn in such funds to the Independent National Electoral Commission within a period of 21 days from the date of the receipt of such funds. So that is the law, and that is the constitutional stipulation. And the political parties are aware of this constitutional stipulation.
So let's look at the line, yes. Because in all of these laws, not only the electoral has simply just copy and pasted and reiterated what the Constitution in Section 225 had said, yes, that you cannot retain funds. But does it also mean that you cannot get funding from Nigerians in diaspora, organizations outside of the country, for your campaign?
Well, as far as the Section 225 of the Constitution is concerned, it did not make any distinction. It says you should not receive funds from outside. So if you receive funds from Niger, if you receive funds from Chad, if you receive funds from Benin Republic, it goes to the same issue. Because it seems to me that when people are talking about not receiving funds, they are just looking at funds received from places like the US, from Germany, from France, and the rest of them. But the law says you should not receive funds from outside the country.
So crowdfunding, because sometimes you don't know where the monies are coming from. So you just open a portal for people to donate money to you. And this has happened in the past, where candidates get funding, and you don't know where these monies are coming from. How will you be able to monitor such?
Well, the law is very clear. The law says that no political party is obligated to receive funds, anonymous donations, from sources it cannot testify to.
So when you get the money, what do you do?
And the law is also very clear that when people donate funds to you, that you should get their names, you should know their addresses, and so on. And if you receive funds from a source you cannot identify, you should turn in such funds to the Independent National Electoral Commission. And because, one, the law also is very clear that every registered political party in Nigeria must and shall maintain proper books of accounts, where it will record the sources of funds, the monies received, and the expenditures it has made, and the places where it received such funds from. So if a political party receives funds that it cannot account for, or receives funds that it doesn't know its source, that particular political party ought to report to the Independent National Electoral Commission that he received such funds.
Thank you very much for watching our video to the very end. If you are our host subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch our videos from Facebook, from YouTube. We really appreciate everyone that is supporting us. If it's the first time of coming across our videos, why not take a moment of your time to visit our platform and follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is the only way you can support us, by sharing and commenting and giving your view about these specific videos. Until we meet again, stay tuned with TV. Peace out.
To your family. Don't forget to subscribe to get notified. And as you the share support, now say God bless you too.
Sense on the bed.
Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV. Oh, Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV, Plan B TV.